Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. Your Miami Heat victorious against the Los Angeles Lakers, 110-96, stifling the Lakers, not being able to score, smothering them out there today, out there in La La Land. Outside of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had a monster game. LeBron James, looking a little bit long in the tooth. You know, it's not easy. You know, when you're the king, or you were the king, and then all of a sudden a young lion like Jaime Jaquez Jr. is feeding you buckets, it can be humbling. It can be humbling, but listen, Father Time is undefeated, and really, that's Jaime Jaquez's town, LeBron. You're just a guest in a place where he is from the cradle. You know, he goes in there, UCLA, homecoming week, couple of LA games, everybody loves him. You got Let's Go Heat chants raining down. LeBron, this is just another notch on the belt for you, another destination. So the young kid had to come give you some buckets in your so-called building, but it was a great performance today from your Miami Heat. Very balanced, very well-rounded, and really took off with this thing from the fourth quarter. You know, that is one of the things that I love about this game. This has been an issue at times this year. How do you close teams out? Looked like the Lakers were making their push there. Miami had a couple of offensive lulls in this game, but, you know, slowly but surely in that third quarter, Anthony Davis was really getting to his spots. He had a couple of runs that caused Spo to call timeout, and they're starting to get it to within three. And then Bam, you know, starts kind of getting involved. He gets a nice jumper, extends the lead there a little bit, and then something happens. You get into this spot where the Miami Heat start hitting monster shot after monster shot in front of the unibrow, who, you know, up to that point was player of the game, I would say, having the most dominant performance out of anybody, giving Bam all that he can handle. And then you started seeing the Heat. They just started hitting monster shots over these extraterrestrial arms of Anthony Davis. Jay Rich had a runner. Then Anthony Davis blocked Kevin Love. He kicked it out to Duncan Robinson, who goes around his screen and hits the incredible shot right over Anthony Davis. Then Duncan Robinson doing Duncan Robinson stuff, shows you I ain't no one-trick pony, gives the old runner off the window over Anthony Davis. It was impressive to get to see that get going. But you just saw relentlessness, I think, to Miami. Lakers have certainly been struggling. They obviously still get a lot of headlines. It was a national TV game. I watched the local broadcast. I only tuned in at the end. I was hoping to see a walk-off interview. We'll get to a walk-off interview in just a second because very important piece of the puzzle today that we got to see. But Miami was really starting to put this puppy away. Bam Adebayo was hitting his beautiful fadeaway. And then Duncan Robinson, I think, really stuck it in and took it home for Miami with more key buckets in the fourth quarter. What can you say about Duncan Robinson? He's been absolutely tremendous. He hits back-to-back three balls, hits the Heat up 93-82 and then 96-84. And it really was a beautiful play because Jaime Jaquez running the offense there. He gets the matchup that he wants on Bam, gives it into Bam. Bam gets the double team, kicks it out to the dunk yard dog. That is pretty much the dagger. Then we get to see Jaime Jaquez Jr. go to work on the king, give him some buckets. LeBron took it a little bit personally, and he gave him one back to get it to within 10. But then Jay Rich would find Jaime for a big-time splash three, and the Miami Heat goes up 13. Bam would then get it, go down the lane, put the Heat up 15 after getting the free throws. And it was, it was just a beautiful fourth quarter pull away by your Miami Heat. Just to sink this puppy home and win by 14. But one of the things that was exciting about this, first of all, this is a Heat game. Really, the wealth was spread all over the place. Every guy who played minutes today scored in double digits. Balanced scoring throughout. Tyler was the leading scorer with 21. But, you know, Jaime Jaquez, he gives you 16 and 8 today. Bam doing it all over the place with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. That constant energy obviously has a bear of a matchup with Anthony Davis that he's got to deal with. But Duncan Robinson with big shots. Kevin Love today with a double-double, 10 and 14. Jay Rich with a nice return. It was great to have him back into the fold for the Miami Heat. And Kyle Lowry, too. You know, Kyle Lowry just sticks in there all over the place. He's a menace. The Heat were getting an insane amount of turnovers in this game to get it off to a really, really good start. And Kyle was a big part of that. Kyle, we know that he's very gutsy when it comes to sticking in for those charges. But you have this moose, Anthony Davis, coming down the lane, and Kyle Lowry, big cheeks but bigger balls. He stands right in there, takes the damage, gets the Heat the basketball. Just absolutely, absolutely great competitive nature from him. But perhaps the thing that I enjoyed the most today in Heatland was none other than 28 minutes of Nikola Jović, dude. And let me tell you something about Jović today. 15 points, 8 rebounds. You just saw the skill. Just get the ball and go. That is just what you were loving today from Nikola Jović. It never got frustrated because it was a game where he was in a little bit of foul trouble. He had 4 fouls, but I didn't feel like ever let any of those errors sink him today. Even when he gets caught up in a screen, no big deal. Just moved on to the next play. And he was absolutely tremendous today, dude. 3 of 5 from downtown to have that shot going for you. We've been really, really excited about, the potential of what Nikola Jović can do. And you've seen a little bit of on this road trip, but you've definitely seen, I think, the confidence be put back into Nico. And that's been the huge thing. There was a point where he, had these interviews that he had to backtrack off of, and just you could see him hanging his head playing basketball. The joy was gone from the kid who was off the World Cup and swaggering around training camp. And Jimmy Butler appears to be a big reason why that has been fixed, because in the winner's circle after the game with John Crotty and Eric Reed, this on Bally, Nico was discussing just how much Jimmy Butler has meant to him, taking him under his wing.
Nico, you've got a unique relationship with Jimmy Butler as a veteran on the team. Tell us about how much he's supported you and what that means to you as a young player on this Heat roster.
I mean, it feels a lot, First of all, I feel like he's my older brother, and first of all, confidence, working out with him and being around him, he just always helps me to that I should believe in myself. And, working out with him meant a lot to me, because if I can score in Jimmy and guard Jimmy, I can do that against anyone. He's best in the league on both ways. And, it just means a lot. He's a good friend. He's a good guy, and that's it.
Wow. That's Goosey's galore, dude. I mean, honestly, if you did not get the Goosies from what Nico is saying about Jimmy, you just might want to check your system, dude, because you just may be goose deficient. And I mean, older brother, instilled confidence. If I could score and defend Jimmy Butler, I could do it against anybody. Best in the world in both ways. Wow. I mean, John Crotty. Bravo, and getting us that goodness from Nikola Jović. Wow. I mean, this kid today, man, the confidence that he was playing with, at times he had LeBron. He's got to guard LeBron James. He's getting in there banging with AD. A lot of size on this Lakers team. Now, to be fair, they've been stinking up the joint since their fake little title. I don't know if you want to call it an in-season tournament curse, that they are all right, you guys really sprayed bubbly and raised this to the rafters, and is there a tax to the basketball gods that they have to pay? I don't know, but it's doesn't matter. The point is, Nico is out here and just was playing free and easy. It was there was one I thought that he was banging with AD second quarter. Thought he D'd him up. Anthony Davis just throws up a trash heap and the refs bail him out, but I thought Nico was doing a great job. But did it bother him? No. Answered back, big shot from downtown. And that was the thing that I loved about him today. Is just nothing seemed to faze him at all. He was just in the flow of the offense. I think he's just a very easy basketball player to play with. And look, man, if they can keep going down this road, ultimately, I think him starting with this crew, if you can get him honed in defensively, Bam, Nico, Jimmy, Tyler, and I guess Kyle to start, but you bring in any of those wings with a mix of that, and then of course when Jaime is going to be in there, I don't know if you'll go with two rookies too much, or essentially two rookies. Nico being a very, very young sophomore player, but man, it's fun watching. This is the thing I love, even with Jimmy out. I love getting a chance to see the young blood go in there and shine, and both Jaime and Nikola Jović made that today. Certainly, this is a well-rounded effort. Guys knocked down their threes after a slow shooting night. Duncan Robinson just continues to be an absolute menace. It's really tough dripping that much swag all over the Lakers court. We feel bad for the Mop boys to the mess that they got to clean up, but it ain't easy being Duncan Robinson. You just got to carry around that burden of being the baddest motherfucker in town. And that's really just the case of it. That's what he is. So big time win for the Heat tonight. Now they go into a game against the Suns on Friday, and you have an opportunity to have a really great trip. I talked about this in the last video. It's like you just don't want to go home on a road trip with a 5-game trip. You don't want to go home with 1 or none. You go home with 2. You're in a good spot, but you can make it an excellent trip if you can have it be a winning road trip. And it was a nice bounce back today after that tough Clippers loss. Thought it was a really great sign that Miami, saw the Lakers make their run. Sure, the crowd was going to be a little bit juiced up, but they were able to put pedal to the metal, hit some really tough shots over Anthony Davis. Even had the Let's Go Heat chance. We heard him in the, whatever the hell it's called, crypto.com arena. And the boys pulled it home tonight. So really a hell of an effort by Miami to get this win tonight, and hopefully they can close out the road trip in the right way.